Najib Razak brought the same 2 books to court today, but day 3 of his trial had so much action that he didn't even get to turn a single page. His defense lawyers ramped up the action in the courtroom while cross-examining the second prosecution witness, Azizul Adzani Abdul Ghafar. They grilled Azizul on the stand, but the Bank Negara investigator appeared to have a foggy memory.
Aras plena.
By the Malaysian Insight, this is The People vs. Najib Razak. Follow us into the courtroom, where it all happens. I'm Patrick Teo. Before the SRC international case was heard this morning, Najib had to attend to something else first. He and former One Malaysia Development Berhad CEO Arul Kanda were charged with tampering the final audit report of the company. Both pleaded not guilty to the charge, and the trial has been set for November. Once that was done, Najib, in a light grey suit and matching striped tie, made his way to the 5th floor where the SRC case was being heard. Najib took his seat at the dock. He had with him his faithful yellow cushion and the 2 books Dunia Tanpa Tembok by Aiman Rashdan Wong and Jangan Selewengkan Ekonomi Malaysia by Kauta Rosmal Hairul Azri and Najib Sahari. Azizul was back on the witness stand for an intense cross-examination, and his answers frustrated the defense. Let's hear from Yvonne.
So Azizul said he was part of a raiding team of 4 officers who went to the Mbang Raja Chulan branch on the morning of July 6, 2015. His job there was to acquire documents relating to specific account numbers he was given. They turned out to be Najib's. There he met branch manager Uma Devi. Uma Devi was the one who handed him the documents at 9:15 p.m. The documents detailed transactions of between 5 million ringgit and 40 million ringgit, which took place between December 2014 and February 2015. Najib's lawyer, Harvinderjit Singh, grilled Azizul repeatedly on whether the latter had asked for account and transaction specifics during the raid. Each time, Azizul would reply, "I don't remember." The lawyer then asked, if Azizul had not requested for specific transactions, then how did Umar know which ones to get for him? Azizul replied he wasn't sure.
As proceedings continued, Harvinderjit grew frustrated with Azrul's answers. Harvinderjit said, quote, "Please come out of your cave. You are clearly not telling us the whole story," unquote. Despite looking uncomfortable, Azizul kept his cool and didn't raise his voice. While all this was happening, Najib listened intently, but soon slumped into his signature slouch. The only time he moved was to use the restroom when the court took a toilet break. The hearing broke for lunch and the courtroom cleared. Najib left the courthouse for lunch without speaking to the media. The trial resumed at 2:30 p.m. and the prosecution brought in their 3rd witness. At this point, Shafi said audibly, quote, "Ayo," unquote. A new witness meant sifting through a new set of evidence. Muhammad Nizam Yahya is an analyst at Bank Negara's Financial Intelligence and Enforcement Department. He was told to obtain banking documents linked to 3 bank accounts of Ihsan Perdana at Affin Bank's headquarters on Jalan Raja Chulan. Ihsan Perdana, if you remember, was the corporate social responsibility partner of SRC. These he got from Nima Safira Khalid, a bank officer there. They included account opening forms with supporting documents, 3 current accounts, customer due diligence forms, statement of accounts, and other related documents. The court encountered another pagination issue and stood down. Najib disappeared briefly to get a beverage, and one of the defense lawyers had to go and get him back into court. Drink in hand and yellow cushion nestled on his back, court resumed, and Najib continued to listen to the witness testify.
According to Nizam, in 2015, he acquired the documents on behalf of the 1MDB Task Force, which is made up of the police, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission or MACC, the Attorney General's Chambers, and Bank Negara Malaysia. The task force later paid him a visit to examine and make copies of those documents. The court was told that the original documents were submitted to the MACC in June 2018. But proceedings were cut short, with the defence asking for the second time to continue their cross-examination tomorrow. This time, the judge granted it, and Nizam was asked to present the documents he received from Affin Bank tomorrow.
And so ends another day in Najib's SRC trial. Proceedings will continue at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. Stay tuned. This podcast is produced, written and mixed by Revati Subramaniam, Yapik Kwan and Yvonne Lim. Additional reporting by Beed Hong and Timothy Acharyam. Other recordings from the court are by Ravin Palanisamy, Jeremy Singh and Hasmiza Hassan. I'm Patrick Teo.